everybody. Today, I have decided to do a cityscape. So that's another first for me. It was inspired by Wendy Devereaux, who I know was inspired by someone else. I don't have that name, so I apologize, but thank you, Wendy, for doing such, giving us such wonderful ideas. And so I'm using a 12 by 16 canvas, and normally for a cityscape, I would think that, you know, I would want it to be larger, but it's my first time. I wanted to kind of tone it down, keep it simple. So that's what we're gonna do. And I've been wanting to do something with some gold, bronze, copper. We're gonna try that and see how it comes out. So when you're doing this, the first thing you want to do is paint your canvas. I have, and I'm using metallic, well, a mixture. Are they all metallic? No, they're all metallic, huh? All right, anyway, because I had the colors that I wanted in the metallic, so hopefully it just makes it pop. I have antique copper, and FolkArt, and pure gold, which looks really pretty. A rose gold should complement that, I hope. And then the HissiCo, if I'm saying that right, metallic bronze. This one is not a metallic. This is metallic silver by HissiCo. And maybe, I haven't decided, but if we need a little contrast, this is Garnet red in a metallic from FolkArt. So we'll just get started here. I'm going to start with the antique copper. And I think I'm just going to put this on with a stick because I tend to overdo, so I'm hoping that this helps. And my cityscape is going to be horizontal, but I'm going to turn the canvas so I think you can better see what I'm doing, and maybe that'll help me make some straighter lines, huh? We'll see. So here we go. So I haven't done anything to my paints to thin them out or anything like that. Yeah, I don't really like that. I'm gonna have to go back to, you can use a little Floetrol in them, but I'm just gonna be, so you want your lines straight when you're using this kind of technique to get the look that you want. There. I could do it out of the bottle better. What do you know? Should probably be starting up here, right? Just kind of running it along the canvas to use that as a guide. One more here. Okay, so let's go with our next color, which I think I would like to be the pure gold. Oh, I don't have it ready to go. Sorry about that. Let's get you ready to go. All right, pure gold, huh? Let's maybe put that right next to our copper there. I like that nice thin line. Just like that. Come on. And we'll go one, we'll get on the outside on that one. All right, let's take a look at this rose gold. Ooh, looks pretty. That looks pretty. Are you trying to come out like that?
rose gold. These colors should complement each other, I think, so far. I have some... What is wrong with you? You're not coming out very well. What's going on here? Oh, I think this... You know, I just got this, and it's one thing you gotta watch for. Sometimes your paint can be already starting to dry up, unfortunately. And I think there was just a bit of dried paint in there trying to come out. Now, a little bit of that. Right. Okay, let's go to this metallic bronze. Right in here. Well, not you too. Is that a... You all right now? Come on, let's try it again. Okay. Now you... Oh, come on. What's going on with you? It's not the way I want. I remember exactly where I got these, too. So, I will be careful about that in the future. Maybe there just isn't... they don't go as fast, so they sit in the store too long. So, I'll have to remember that and at least get my paints elsewhere. Don't glob there. Yeah, that's too bad. When they're like that. Let's see, that's not going yet. Alright, so, I'm not sure. I'm just going to try just a little bit of the gray. I think the red, actually. I'll try just a little bit of this. See if this will make it pop a little bit. Yeah. Not as much as with the others, but a little bit, huh? A little more, and just a little right there on the end. All right. Let's see. Where is this going to go? I'll wet my brush a little bit here.
So you want to make sure that you are staying, going in a straight line so that your colors blend appropriately. So I'll just start over here. Not real worried about the sides on this. And if you didn't put enough paint, I wouldn't worry about that either, because you can add more, or you can soften or add, more color if you don't like what it's doing. I think. Soften up that red on the end a little bit. So. We're going to be putting some mirrored tiles around the outside. So, and then I'm also going to put a thin frame around the inside. So, that's better. Okay. When I tell you I'm messy. That's all right. I might really like this, huh? Okay. Sometimes I kind of go wild and just blend them a bit as I'm going. That's tricky though, because you can get a look that you don't want when you do that.
All right.
I'm gonna go with that. Yes. Absolutely. So we'll let this dry now. I can just barely. We'll let this dry and then come back and continue. See you in a bit. All right, I'm back. I let this dry and then put a coat of gloss Mod Podge on it to give it that little bit of luster, but also preserve our paint color. And I'm putting a mirrored tile border on this, and they come in just sheets. Well, this one, this last one I got came in sheets like this. You just, it's got the adhesive on the back, and you can just bend it and cut it to the length or width that you need. But I did want to point out, you know, this is a 12 by 16 canvas, and it's what I ran into was that because your canvas, like the corners will come out a little bit, things like that, don't just go by 12 by 16 and cut, because you may have an issue. I'll show you on this corner here. I was shy when it met up with this corner, and I was just a little shy, so I made it, you know, one more of the cube lines, and it's just not quite as forgiving as the other types of ribbon borders that I've used, you know, such as this, because it's very bendable. You can cut it more exact. So just wanted you to know, be careful about that. So I've got the outside border on there, and then getting ready to put just a small border around the inside like this. Again, I use a little bit of craft glue. The adhesive on these is good, but you know, if you're making this for a gift or it's a commissioned piece, you just don't want your border to start coming off. So we'll do that, and then go right into making, I'll kind of outline my cityscape with pencil before I get started. So on the top here, I'm going to just put a little bead right along on the canvas, because that should be easier to work with than trying to put it on the back on the adhesive. So just a little bead there, and this should fit right in there. Okay, so let me get our backing off. And if you don't push down real hard at first, you will be able to move this around, get it where you need it to be before you set it in there. I'm just trying to go right up against my outside border so that it kind of looks like, you know, it's all one piece. Again, this corner, over this one corner, I just not real happy with that, but oh well. Alright, so just a little bit of excess glue there I want to get. 1 second. See there, I didn't have my little handy wipe ready to go this time, and I'm a person that always needs that. Alright. Put our next piece here. Come on. This glue, if you don't
I usually always leave it upside down so that the glue is there for me, but I forgot that time, so. All right, just peel our adhesive off, or backing off, and we can get that on there. Right up against the other. And just kind of add just a little bit, come out here on the side that I don't want showing. So, all right, there we go. And the next one. Oops, get that ready to go here. It might work better if I actually put it on the adhesive because I'm getting a little bit of excess, and I'm going to try to prevent that from happening. So. Okay, let's go up the top here. And then when they dry, of course I'll wipe them off, so we don't have fingerprints and such on there. And this piece fits in. There we go. All right. If you have watched my other videos, you'll know I have a habit of using too much paint. Well, apparently too much glue as well, so we can nickname me Too Much. All right.
Now for this bottom, I saved it just to show you. You know, I will just take a board. Yeah, you can see if I put it right here. And I just want a 2 width piece of this. So, and you can just bend it to, and then I just take my razor knife and cut along that fold, and it comes right apart. Use this glue sparingly. A little bit better. Okay. Now, one more piece here. Right there. I have to cut one row off of this one because I already had it cut in 3 squares. I don't have a lot of fingernails, so sometimes I can see where they'll come in handy. I always had a problem with that though, letting my fingernails get very long. Probably because I'm always gardening, working on my house, doing art projects. All right, so while I'm letting that dry, I'm going to kind of map out my cityscape. I have 15 inches here now with the border on to work with. So I will play with that and be right back, and we'll get started. All right, so I used a pencil and kind of mapped out my cityscape, and then I realized you wouldn't be able to see it. So I went ahead and put my squares on to get my outline done. You can see here, maybe that's a little better. So a couple more tips on these mirrored tiles I wanted to share. The tiles are not all exactly the same size. So, keep that in mind. I ran into that. And then also, I had started in the middle with my focal point, the largest building, and worked my way out. So I have a couple of places where I could not get the tiles measured exactly. So, and I'll just show you. I don't know if you can see right here. There's just, it won't be noticeable, I think, when this is done, but just wanted to let you know, if you decide to do one of these, that can make your life a bit easier, just to know those things if you're working with this. I've also decided to use, I was going to use this Ashland, the gold tinted crushed glass, but it's just too big for this piece. I wanted to use something small. So keep that in mind as well if you're buying this stuff. I could have taken the time to crush that, but for today I decided, I had some other things that I could use. So in the Ashland as well, it's strange, but the mirrored glass is much smaller. Let's see, the lavender is small as well. This is the lavender. It's small like the mirrored crushed glass. But I have blue, the blue and gold are the larger chunks. So just know that, if you're going to get those, you may want them smaller depending on what your project is. So I'm going to use some of the Ashland mirrored crushed glass. And then, I actually think I got this from the dollar store, but I can't remember because I put it in a container. But it's just, I have copper and gold, like little crushed rock. And I'm using coppers and golds in this, so I decided that would work just fine. And then I kind of just put a few pieces of, to kind of see what I wanted to do and where. So I'm just going to start with the middle, which I'm going to do in gold because I don't have a lot of this. So I'm just going to do this one building in the gold. And we'll do that first. And then I've got the mirrored crushed here, and then the copper here, and mirrored here. So we'll see how that kind of all comes together as I get some more of it on. I still hadn't chosen what to put on this little one in the background. So sometimes I like to do that, just see how it's coming together. So if I use this gold crushed rock in here, and then I have some really pretty, I don't know if you can see that or not, but maybe it'll be better when I get it on there, but just a dark copper glitter, so that should look very nice. This one's just a little bit lighter, and then kind of a burnt there, and then of course I have some gold, and we'll see how this goes. So let me get some using the TriArt liquid glass for this project, and we're just going to kind of paint it on. So that we can do a little at a time. And then, all right, let's get some liquid glass on here. Just want to try to keep that off your tiles. Keep your handy wipe around, especially if you're me, like me. I try to get it on a little thick because I'm using the crushed glass. If I were just using glitter, for example, I wouldn't worry about it so much. But I want enough of the crushed glass to stick that I get the effect that I want. I think I've got just a little, oops, a little spot maybe on my mirror tiles. All right. Okay, I think we are ready to go. Going with the gold rock, crushed rock. Oops. Almost forgot too. When you start laying your glitter and such, I got just a couple of pieces of paper to lie on either side to protect the other areas. So you don't get the some glitter or rock where you don't want it to be on your piece. I'm just trying to decide how thick I want it. I think a little more. You just try to accent it, you know, with your glitters. So, I think I rather like that, huh? Just that on there. I think it's all over here. Okay. I'm not sure if I'm happy with that. Alright, I think so. Let's go with that and try some glitter, huh? I'm going to try this really pretty dark stuff and just be very careful here. Also comes out too fast, I know. Only a little in this corner. Come on. Alright, so then I think we're going to use this kind of orangey coppery one to kind of make that pop. Oh yeah, I think that will be just right. I like that one. Just the right amount of bling for us, huh? There we go. First one done. So, there you go. All right. Now I need to decide if I'm going to do something a little different with the top part of my building. And we'll get ready and do the next one. I think I have decided not to use the mirrored crushed glass. It's just not going to give me the look that I'm going for here. So this next one here, this building, we're going to do in the copper. We'll put copper on both sides here. So get that ready to go. We'll see how the copper and gold kind of go together there. I did put a little of the copper rock here, just for a little contrast there. Because sometimes, I don't know about you, but I'm too uniform, too black and white, so I'm working on just going for it, being more whimsical, I guess, if you will, and more bold with my colors, and trying to use colors that I may not have even used together before. And so far, I'm pretty happy with the results. So, but that's another reason why, you know, I wanted this piece to, wanted my first cityscape to be on the small side, because I can tell you that I've learned so much on this one that I know that when I make my big one, it's going to come out much better because I did this little one first. So, all right, got my paper here to maybe a little more. Let's go like this. There, that should do it. Some of this copper. I see a spot that doesn't have much here. There we go. There. So we'll get our rock on here. Let's see, where do I need some more maybe, huh? That copper's got just enough of a gold tint to it too that I think the two will complement each other quite nicely. Go. What do we think? All right, I'm gonna leave it at that. And stick with a lighter glitter for this one. Cinnamony looking stuff. I want to try that, so I'm just gonna move this down a little bit. And, sorry you can't see this better. I'm waiting for my mounts, camera mounts to come in so that I can be better set up to share. I like this because it's I learn so much from others. You know, I do a lot on my own, but you know, at times I'll just think, all right, done this, what do I want to do next? And so I'll get inspiration from others, and I like it. You know, sometimes it just kind of rejuvenates me, and come on. And then, so I thought, well, maybe I should share, especially during this pandemic, you know, where a lot of us are stuck at home and we don't have that socialism that's so important. it's just another way to do it, even though it's different. I think a lot of things in our lives are going to be different post-COVID, so we're moving forward. So what do you think so far? Gotta tell you, I think I like it. Get these out of the way, and then we'll do our next one. All right, I went ahead and did this small one here with just glitter because it was kind of a bear, and I felt like I had to have my face right down there, and didn't want to be blocking the view. So anyway, now we're going to do copper again on this other side. So let me get my paper here to protect our other one. This side will work better. All right. Yes, I've been trying to figure out how to better set up my camera equipment. My studio is well, over half the room is windows, which I love, but it makes it hard to match camera, you know, in just the right spot. So I've been working on that and got some things coming that should help me out with that. So bear with me, I guess, huh? All right, so I think I'll keep that one on the light side. Put as much rock in there. All right, so which glitter do we want to use on this one? I believe I want this darker stuff here. Dark coppery. Yeah, and speaking of all the windows, you know, it depends on what kind of day we're having. Today is very overcast, so I can have all the blinds up and enjoy the view and that sort of thing. But some days I have to, when we get a beautiful day, I have to kind of close the blinds, and or we would just have glare everywhere. All right, so here's what we have so far. I'm happy with it. And the colors on the canvas, I think, are just highlighting everything else that we're doing. So yeah, I'm pretty pleased with it. Even the one that's just glitter, that's great. So I may do gonna be gold, or else I may do these outside ones in just a glitter too. So here we go, on to the next one. All right, so I've got this one ready, and I've decided to just do some of this glitter craft cut. So it's a bit, I'd call it at least a medium chunk. So let's see how this goes. Get our paper on there. And, yep. I didn't take the little, that capper thing in the inside that you have to take off before you can use the glitter. I didn't take that off because I didn't want it coming out too quickly. So we're going to get a good bit of this on the bottom, and then we'll mix in one of the other colors with this. Okay, how's that? Okay, I think that's enough of that one. And then I really like this, the one I call cinnamony. Maybe a little of that. Why not? It's a pretty color. Come on. And then I think just a little bit of, not the real dark one, this one. Yeah, covered one. I didn't put any of the liquid glass on the top piece yet because I wanted to take a look after this one was done and make sure I knew how I wanted to do it. Okay. Alright, a little bit more on the top. Okay, good. Alright, so for our last one, I'll try to turn this a little bit so you can see better. I'm going to do this real bright coppery color and try to then soften it up with a little gold. So turn it this way so that that's better. All right, let's get some of this on there. I think I like how it's coming together. If y'all get any glitters that and you really like the shaker tops, please let me know, because they're I find that oftentimes they just pour too fast, and even if we have to, I guess, order our own shakers and use those. I ordered some, and these, but they'd work better for a chunky glitter than the fine glitters. All right, so now we want to just soften that up, I think, with this one. Okay, come on. Just right for me, huh? There we go. This has got a little bit of a silvery look to it. So that'll kind of fit well together, I think. Not too much gold. And then I think maybe it's gonna have to have some of this, which you may have noticed by now is my favorite. Just a little bit of that. I like how the colors on the canvas are coming through just enough. All right. Okay, we have one more. The top here to do. So let me get a little liquid glass in there, and we'll be ready to let our project dry. I'm not worried about the glitter that I have in here, because I'm gonna stay with that color. All right, great. So I think we want just, that one does not have, see, no shaker top. So a little bit of the chunky, just a little. Okay, and then this one. I call that one cinnamon. Cinnamon sparkle, huh? Yeah. Oh. Okay. A little bit more of that. Just, okay, well, let's make it a little thicker then. Like we meant to do it, huh? That'll be just fine. Okay. So, there you have it. We're going to let this dry overnight, and in the morning we'll come back and we'll brush off anything loose and take a good look at it. So cheers for tonight. All right, I've let this dry overnight, and get some of this excess off. There it is, my first CityScape. So I'm going to wipe off some of this excess, get everything off of there that isn't stuck, and then I will clean up my mirrored tiles a little bit and then present it for you. All right, well, here it is. What do you think? One thing I will point out is, you see that the lower left corner there, I should have made my glitter a little thicker through there, and you can see it on the right hand corner too, where I just used glitter, and I have that dark brown in my base coat. So it's more noticeable in this video, but when you're just looking at it, or if I put it on the wall, it's not. So I'm happy with it, but I wanted to point that out. So hope you liked it, and share yours if you decide to do one. I'd love to see them. Cheers.